Hey guys, so I got the funny haha JoJo anime tattoo. I've been meaning to get it for like the longest time, and I'll get into why in a second. But like, yeah, I've I got it a couple weeks ago, the day before Thanksgiving, because that's around rough-ish time where part three starts, and the first technical reference of the Joestar birthmark is in part three. Just go in the anime. We're not gonna know that. If you want to see how it looks like, here it is. And here's a picture of it when it was healing. The reason that I wanted to do the way that it is because the date, obviously, I already just explained, but the way that I have it pointing towards my neck, there are other ones that have been done before, but the reason that I chose the way that it is, it's supposed to be solid. It's supposed to be a birthmark. I like the way that it is. It's pointing towards the neck, which technically I feel like it's supposed to. The way that the anime slash the official fully realized version of it is supposed to be doing that. It's going to take some time, and I feel like as it grows more and more and more, it's going to feel so good. And obviously I can get it retouched and this and that or whatever, but I like it. I like it the way that it is. I feel like if you want to get the Joestar birthmark tattoo, I don't feel like you should need to be ripped. I feel like I am going to try to work out more because I need to, but you don't need to. You don't need to be ripped and jacked to get it. But the other thing I want to talk about today is part 7. The thing I've been seeing around is that people are so greedy and waiting for part 7 to come out. It's barely been 2 years. So the final batch of part 6 came out like a year or two ago. It's not that long. 2 years is not that long of a wait. We waited for like 3 years or so for part 5. Going back to the tattoo, I've been wanting to do the tattoo for like years. I've really only formulated the plan like in 2020. Like I wanted to do it right around then, and it's been 4 years. So yeah, I got on when part 5 was airing. And the gap between part 5 and part 6, it was like 3 years. That's nothing. Like between that, the huge thing about part 7 is that it has horses. Horses are infamous for anime stuff because of how much budget and how much time it takes to make them right. The only time that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has had horses in them was in part 1, like twice. And they were dead almost immediately. And then part 2 for like an episode at the end with the fight with Wamu. That's it. Those are the only 2 times. And I'm not counting the camels from the sun fight in part 3. That doesn't count. Part 6 is a whole part filled with, I don't know, 1,000 horses. Like a lot of horses. And not only in just one episode, but most of them. So yeah, it's going to take time. And I feel the reason that Netflix is funding it is so that part 7 could happen. The reason why part 6 sucked and the way that it came out, even though it goes against the JoJo Fridays thing that has been going on since part 5, like way before part 5 is going on, the episode releases have always been on Friday. The reason I hated part 6 the way that was released in batches. You know what other series got released weekly and is also part of Netflix that came out at the exact same time? Arcane Season 1! And so it was a big FU, and the reason why I hate Arcane is because of that. And I don't, if you like Arcane, totally cool. It's not my cup of tea. I get it. It looks cool. It looks really cool. But it's not my cup of tea. But the reason I hated part 6, the way that it was released, was because it was in batches, it was rushed, and honestly, part 6 was a very rough part. It was. The main thing that happened with it is that a lot of the information that happened in part 6, it had a lot of good ideas. It was just so rough having to do it in a weekly thing for Araki to do that. It was hard, and it was during a very tough period of his life, especially with like part 5. Part 5 was like probably his lowest point, and part 6 was just like it dragged along. And the reason why part 7 and onward has been a monthly thing is because of that. It gives him more time to draw, it gives him more time to do things, and honestly, because of that, it allowed for the good adaptations to come out. It allowed for the fandom to grow in the West. It allowed for a lot of things and a lot more love of the anime to happen. That's a big thing. And if people are wanting to get part 7 out right away, that goes against the art. And you see this more and more and more. People want more stuff right away. It's like, wait for it. It's better to wait and get it good, get it right, rather than get it when it's done. But yeah, I think that's enough rambling for today. Hey, you should see this.
キラークイーン第3の爆弾バイツァーダスト俺はモルフォース弾きの使い手だ